All around the world, children as bored as can be until they see the glowing book and meet the teacher lady.
So you're looking for a friend, you know who to call. The teacher lady loves all of y'all. The teacher lady reads, the teacher lady reads. Hey, grab a book, come and sit with me. You're looking for a friend, you know who to call. The teacher lady loves all of y'all. The teacher lady reads, the teacher lady reads. Hey, grab a book, come and sit with me. You're looking for a friend, you know who to call. The teacher lady loves all of y'all. The teacher lady reads, the teacher lady reads. Hey, grab a book, come and sit with me.
Hey, grab a book. Come sit with me. Oh, hey, I'm so glad you're here. I'm Miss Erica, the teacher lady, your fairy godparent when it comes to sharing joyful stories and growing young minds. Thank you for joining me for this episode of The Teacher Lady Reads. Now, every single week, you know that we have a different topic. And this week's topic is perseverance. What does it mean to push past the hard times to get to the other side, okay? And of course, we are using picture books to be able to do so. Now, perseverance is all about the ability to keep practicing, keep dreaming, and keep trying even when things get really hard. And our book today is a beautiful example of what it means to keep trying again when it seems that every obstacle keeps trying to get in your way while you attempt to chase after your dreams. Today's Read Aloud is super special. I got to connect with the author of this book, and I know that you're going to get something powerful from it, just like I did the first time I picked it up. Now, no peeking. Today's Read Aloud is, drumroll please, Brave Ballerina, the story of Janet Collins. Written by Michelle Meadows and illustrated by Ebony Glenn. For the grown-ups watching, be sure to check out the Behind the Book review on this story where I let you know how you can utilize it as a resource to have more robust conversations with your littles. But for now, I know y'all are tired of me talking. You ready? Let's grow. Brave Ballerina. This is the girl who danced in the breeze to the swoosh, swoosh, swoosh of towering trees. These are the costumes her dear mama made, costumes for lessons, that's how they paid. These are the point shoes, shiny and pink, small quick steps, plink, plink, plink. This is the audience lined up in rows, cheering her on as she danced on her toes. All right now. This is the family that lifted her high, supporting her dreams right up to the sky. This is the back bend low to the ground, which she practiced until it was perfectly round. This is the trio, 3 shades of brown, daredevil dancers, the talk of the town. This is the time way back in the day when dance schools turned Black students away. This is the teacher who stood by her side, knees bending deep and arms open wide. Now I want to pause here and read this page again to give some context. This is the time way back in the day when dance schools turned Black students away. At one point, we had something called segregation and discrimination, which in some ways still exists. It just used to be way more obvious. And so at one point, which we talked about in What Would the World Be Without Latinos, our week on immigration, we also talked about this the very first week when we talked about Black history, okay? So check out those weeks if you want to learn more. But at one point, Black children were not allowed to go to school with white children. And so that meant that they didn't have access to the same quality of resources, and that a lot of opportunities were kept from them. And so this page, when she says, this is the time way back in the day when dance schools turned Black students away, it means that one of the things that Janet Collins faced was discrimination because she was a Black girl. She was a Black dancer. And at that time, it was hard for Black dancers to get into specific dance schools because of the color of their skin. So when we talk about perseverance for this situation, it also has to do with her combating and fighting against racism. Let's keep going. This is the teacher who stood by her side, knees bending deep and arms open wide. This is the streetcar she rode in the dark to see ballerinas making their mark. This is the dancer who found her way in, but learned she would have to lighten her skin. This is the girl with a broken heart, but she bounced right back and made a new start. So they were telling her that she could dance if she was lighter, if she would change the color of her skin. But it's safe to say Miss Janet Collins, she wasn't going for that. This is the dancer who kept going strong, bare feet flying to a Spanish song. It's like you can see the movement on the pages. This is the music, bum, 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 back and forth to the beat of a drum. This is the class, a welcoming place that focused on talent regardless of race. This is the sweat that dripped from her skin when she practiced alone again and again. This is the dancer who went back for more when her tender shoes ached and her muscles felt sore. This is the body, expression so real, gestures and movements that made people feel. This is the man who saw her perform and knew she would take the world by storm. Go ahead, girl. This is the dancer, bold like the sun, a prima ballerina in 1951. And then in the back of the story, there is an author's note about Janet. Let's read it together. As a young child, I took ballet at the Jones Haywood Dance School in Washington, D.C., which was founded in 1941 to give African American children a chance to study ballet at a time when opportunities were limited. So this is the author speaking, okay? I loved getting dressed up in costumes and performing in recitals. Many years later, when my son went off to college, I began taking ballet as an adult. This experience brought back fond memories of my mother taking me to ballet lessons on Saturday mornings. It also led me on a path of researching Black ballerinas and ultimately discovering the amazing life of Janet Collins. I set out to write a lyrical tribute to Janet's life. What I love about Janet's story is that nothing could keep her from dancing. Janet was dancing at a time when segregation, the separation of racial groups, was common in the United States. She was born in New Orleans, Louisiana in 1917. She moved with her family to Los Angeles, California around the age of 4. Her father was a tailor and her mother was a seamstress. To pay for Janet's dance lessons, her mother made costumes for recitals. Janet's family believed in her abilities and rooted for her to succeed. When she couldn't enroll in a ballet school because of discrimination, Janet sought private lessons. As a teenager, Janet auditioned for the Ballet Russe de Monte Carlo. Her talent was evident, but she was told that she could only join the Ballet Russe on the condition that she paint her skin white in order to blend in with the other dancers on stage. She said no. Walked away from the company, cried, and kept on dancing. Because of her talent and perseverance, she landed in classes with many amazing teachers, including Carmelita, who blended ballet with Spanish dance and held integrated ballet classes. Janet also studied modern dance with Lester Horton and Catherine, who developed a unique combination of ballet, Caribbean dance, and African dance. A man named Zachary at the Metropolitan Opera House saw Janet perform and was blown away. He arranged for her to be hired by the general manager. Janet is best known for becoming the first African-American prima ballerina with the Metropolitan Opera House in 1951, but she was a versatile, award-winning performer, also excelled at modern and ethnic dance. She had many talents. She was a painter, a choreographer, a teacher, and was devoted to helping others. Janet's presence in the dance world has often been described as a dazzling, captivating light, a light that blazed a trail for aspiring dancers everywhere. Janet died in 2003 at the age of 86. And then she cites her sources and shows all of these beautiful pictures of Janet. Wow. I cannot think of a stronger story to show us the value in perseverance. Janet Collins is a real person, and the story was written in her honor. And it really does remind us that when we are chasing after our dreams, things will happen to try to get us to stop. But if we move past them, we will be able to see why we started in the first place. For the grown-ups watching, be sure to check out the Behind the Book review on this story. But for now, I am so glad that you are part of this book-loving community. You remember to enjoy the moment or go be a joy in the moment. Bye! Now that's what I call a read aloud. I hope you learned something new. There's so many follow-up options the teacher lady wants to show you. Your family can donate a book to a child that's in need, or your grown-up can go listen to the book review to learn more about this story. And if you like magical books, the teacher lady has made many more. Along with your grown-up, go look at the website. I encourage you to explore.